Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Before we get this video started, I just wanted to go over a few things specifically about me and the channel. This is a relatively new channel. I've had a YouTube channel for a while now, but I have not been basically upkeeping it and continuing to make videos, and recently I decided to change the channel and make it a complete Overwatch channel. I am not fully used to making videos and talking and hearing my voice and all that, so just bear with me. A lot of my videos are going to be edited when it comes to audio, but there's going to be times when we have to go over stuff and I've got to be basically recording the audio straight up. So if I make mistakes or I stutter or anything like that, bear with me. I'm still getting used to it. So yeah, that's all. I just want to be upfront and honest with anyone who's watching these videos. Obviously, if you're watching this video, you know that the channel is fairly new and this video is fairly new. So please, if you can, like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell notifications or icon so that you can get notifications of all my videos. This video is specifically about all of the patch notes that are in the current Overwatch 2 beta. I want to go over all of them, all the way down to the bug fixes. I'm not going to go over all the bug fixes because this video is going to be long already going over all the patch notes, but you guys can take a look at the bug fixes and see what's up on your own if you have the time. So we're going to start here with a temporary change to quick play. Now, before I go ahead and read this paragraph, I talked about in one of my other videos basically a key beta change, and they said they were going to implement some type of small rule set. They didn't say exactly how they were going to implement it for a small rule set for competitive, to make it have a competitive type of thing in the beta. Now, competitive is blocked off in the beta right now, but they added basically role selection to quick play so that it feels more competitive-like. It's a very good feel. It's what we're used to, and we get to play that way, and it feels really good so far. But let's just, I'm gonna go ahead and start with all the patch notes. So it says here, with competitive play currently unavailable in Overwatch 2 beta, we've made a temporary modification to our quick play queue, providing both role queue and open queue as options. Quick play games will also use competitive rule sets for each map's game mode. For hybrid and payload maps, both teams play offensive and defensive in the same manner as competitive play, with the winner determined by which team performs better on offense. All other features of quick play are unchanged. This includes elements such as matchmaking, handling of leaves, and allowing players to backfill into games in progress. So it's actually more than just adding the selection for the character screen for your role selection, which is great because that means quick play is basically competitive light. Obviously, we're not ranking up, which would be cool. It would just be cool if they let us play in a competitive mode. But on my other video, we also talked about another change coming for the beta, which I believe is going to be some type of Moira rework. And, you know, they could add some type of competitive feature or actually let us rank up and rank down just for the beta. We'll see. So far, the beta is going to be 2 weeks, but they also said that it's possible that they extend it. So I'm really looking forward to that, but right now, just regular old quick play is basically competitive light. So, here we go. The Junker Queen. She is amazing. Like, she is a really unique hero, and it has kind of changed the way Overwatch is going to be looked at in the future. But let's go ahead and talk about, you know, all of her abilities and everything here. Scattergun Primary Fighter. It's a pump action shotgun. It feels fantastic. Like, it just feels really, really good. It's good at medium range and close range. Long range, obviously, it's a shotgun, so it starts to fall off. But yeah, it just feels good overall. So the Jagged Blade, which is her secondary fire, active, throw the blade and reactivate to pull it back along with any impaled enemy. So if you hit someone, you can pull them back. If it misses them and it's behind them and you're thinking you can do like a Thor type hammer recall and pull them forward with you or to you, it's not like that. You have to hit them from what I've seen. And the passive is wound enemies with quick melee or throw, dealing damage over time. Wound, basically, like it says, it deals damage over time, but you also heal from that, which is fantastic. It's kind of, let's see here. I haven't been able to tell, like, there's just so much going on in the game when you're playing. I haven't been able to tell, like, how much you're healing from it, or, like, just specific points for, like, I haven't been able to tell how much, like, not mathematically how much, but just haven't been able to notice by playing. It's just, it seems like it's really minute. So the commanding shout, which this is what makes and breaks this character. Temporary increases health and movement speed for yourself and nearby allies. I believe that it is 200 for yourself and 100 health for all allies, which it's a really good buff, and it's just, it also increases your speed and lets you run around for a minute, kind of like Lucio. It's fantastic. It's a vital point to Junker Queen. Carnage, wound all enemies in front of you, dealing damage over time. That's where she just swipes her axe, and yeah, so it wounds and it deals damage to them and it heals you. Adrenaline Rush, heal from all damage over time dealt by wounds. So essentially, if you do anything, you throw the blade, you quick melee with the blade, you use Carnage, you use your ultimate, which is charge forward and wound enemies, dealing damage over time and preventing them from being healed. It's basically like you suck the life out of them, you damage them over time, and it is a full-on Ana grenade to whoever you hit. It's overpowered. I think she is a very overpowered hero at the moment, but obviously she just came out. They're going to have to fix her, and not fix her, but I think they're going to have to dumb her down a little bit, because she's crazy. She's beating everyone else. Like, I don't know. I think Doomfist is a good counter for her if you can kind of catch her off guard, but if she's being healed, she just has so much to attack the team and heal herself along with 2 other healers. It's just crazy. So let's move on to new features. New hero looks. All heroes have new Overwatch 2 exclusive looks. Select Classic 2 from the skin select screen in the hero gallery to check them out. Yeah, so basically Overwatch 2 has classic skins for everyone, and you can choose from the original or from a new one, and that's really cool. Dynamic rendering scale. Add a dynamic rendering scale to PC to improve performance when GPU limited. If dynamic render scale is enabled, rendered scale can be set to custom. I'm not going to read the rest of this. Basically, it's just performance stuff for PC. Updated features. Push. Total game time extend from 8 to 10 minutes. We talked about this in my previous video as well. Basically just giving us some more game time, which basically makes these maps for push, any of the maps that are push in here, just feel more like competitive light. We have 10 minutes with a kind of competitive rule set, and it's just more fun for people. The ping system. So if you've played Apex Legends or anything like that, you know what a ping system is. Symmetra can now ping her teleporters for allies. That's really cool. I didn't know that. Ana now has a unique ping VO and visuals when pinging sleeping enemies. Awesome. So you can notify people that you slept someone. Junkrat can now ping the location of enemies in his traps through walls. That's really cool. Basically, they are adding a crap ton of notifications while you're playing so you can see what's going on. This places a unique type of unmoving last seen ping. I'm not sure exactly what that means. This places a unique type of unmoving last seen ping. I don't know. Ping visual updates. Ping icon visuals updated but are still a work in progress. Pending final art. Low and critical health indicators added to enemy ping icons. These indicators appear when you see any enemy's health and sequentially ping them. The following abilities/events can cause you to see an enemy's health. Sombra's Opportunist, Sombra's Hack, Mercy's Valkyrie, Widowmaker's Infrared Sight. Confirm and cancel visuals added. Canceling a ping removes it from the world. Confirming a ping informs your allies that you see their communications with contextual responses. Last seen pings now have unique visuals. Last seen pings are unmoving pings and only placed when you lose line of sight or an enemy that was previously pinged. Off-screen pings now animate to draw attention. Just a lot of visual and audio cues so you understand what's going on with pings. Ping wheel update. I don't think we need to go over the ping stuff. I said I want to go over all the patch notes, but there is so much. We're just going to have to mess around with the ping system in-game and basically see what you like. It looks like there's a lot of customizable options for it. Yeah, let's say all wheels have back functionality for controller. Just a lot of information for pings, which is great because if you master the ping system and you can notify your teammates, maybe, honestly, I think the ping system is going to be fantastic for people that don't have mics or don't want to talk. Obviously, I'm against that because if you're playing competitive, you need to be on the mic. Like, you need to be talking. It's a sports game, essentially. Like, it's a team-based game, and you need to be communicating with your team. But for some reason, if you decide not to, you can ping, and it seems like the ping system is going to be pretty intense for anyone that's not using a mic, which is cool. But it's going to be better if you're talking and pinging at the same time. All right, so overall updates for the scoreboard, or scoreboard overall updates. The game scoreboard has been updated in multiple ways based off all amazing feedback we've received since the first beta. Completed recognized layout, bringing the most important information together for an easier viewing experience. Improved ultimate progress indicator that now shows numeric values. Cool. Increased transparency to allow you to see more of the game action while viewing the scoreboard. We look forward to more of your feedback on this feature, and we're still looking to update and polish the scoreboard. Awesome. Lots of extra information for us to use while we're playing the game. Statistic updates. A large reorganization is in progress for the statistics displayed on the scoreboard, as well as the statistics for each hero. The scoreboard now displays eliminations, assists, deaths, hero damage dealt, healing done, and damage mitigated. Here are the new statistics. Assists is a new statistic that increments whenever a player earns what we previously referred to as defensive assist or offensive assist. Okay, so it's just a basic assist. If you do a defensive or an offensive, it's just going to count for the same section on the scoreboard. Damage mitigated is a new statistic that encompasses the previous damage block statistic, but also keeps track of damage prevented by effects such as Anna's Nano Boost or Orissa's Fortify. There's still work to be done here, as we plan on adding tracking for damage mitigation by effects such as Lucio's Sound Barrier. Many heroes still have statistics that are not yet implemented. They are marked by NYI tag after the name of the statistics. Statistics, geez, a lot of saying statistic over and over again. We have included these unfinished statistics in the scoreboard to provide opportunities for players to get feedback on this feature. Woo! A lot of statistics. Okay, sound, home theater, surround sound updates. All ambient soundscapes are now mixed for surround sound. That's awesome. Now you can play Overwatch with your surround sound. That's sick. 3D audio updates. Xbox Overwatch now supports Dolby Atmos for home theater and 3D audio over headphones. PS5 Overwatch now supports Sony 3D audio through headphones and TV. Maps. Control. Ilios. Evening lighting. Lijiang Tower, dawn lighting, Oasis, night lighting, Nepal, morning lighting, Busan, new night lighting. Escort, Circuit Royale, night lighting. Okay, basically it's a bunch of different times of day that you can play on the map. I'm not going to go over all of them. All right, now we get to the good stuff, the heroes. General updates, support role passive. Time to activate healing increased from 1 to 1.5 seconds. Okay, that's a big one right there. I don't know if that's for Mercy, since she has an original passive. But let's just say it's for all healers. Basically, you don't start healing if you haven't been hit until 1.5 seconds after. So they upped that a little bit because it was a little overpowered, I guess. Damage roll passive new. We talked about this in one of my previous videos as well. Swapping to other damage heroes maintains up to 30% of your new hero's ultimate charge. Now, in the last video, we were talking about this, specifically the point of if you are playing Junkrat, I mean, this is just an example character, I don't know if this is for real, but if you are playing Junkrat and let's say you have your 30% ult charge and then you switch to Soldier 76, the points might not be 1-to-1, or the percentages might not be 1-to-1, so you could end up having 25% of Soldier's ultimate. I believe that's how it works because different heroes gain ult charge faster or slower, so I don't feel like it would be fair if you went to let's say Soldier 76 was the fastest hero with the fastest ult charge that you could get, and you get 30% or you get over 30%. Now let's just say specifically you're at 30%, you switch, and then you're up to 30% with a hero that might have taken a lot more damage or a lot more pushing around to get to the 30%. So I think they probably have that balance when it comes to percentages based off of one-to-one data for each character. Let's move on to the previous movement speed passive has been removed. Right, so all damage characters in the last beta had a passive that basically allowed them to move faster. They got rid of that and they added the 30% swap for heroes. Heroes that previously had their movement speed adjusted due to that roll passive have been returned to their original values, so they are trying something different. Now, on to the tanks. I will tell you, I have played Reinhardt quite a few games already, and I think he is fantastic. The idea that there is only one tank now, and Reinhardt has been like the original specific one tank from the beginning, he is amazing. He clobbers people. If you are good with Reinhardt, I think at the beginning of the release of Overwatch 2, he is going to be straight meta. It's fantastic to have his barrier because barriers are kind of gone now. Not really, but if you don't count Winston's, which obviously it is a barrier, but if we're just talking about directing front oncoming damage where you can take a shield up and down, you only have Reinhardt and Sigma, and that's it. And Reinhardt's the OG. But okay, so as you can see here, his armor reduced from 350 to 300. Okay, so they nerfed him a little bit. Health increased from 300 to 325. So 50% less armor, 25 more health. He felt pretty balanced, and he felt like he had a decent amount of health. So yeah, I think, like I said, I think Reinhardt's going to do really well. Winston, I've also played a couple matches with. I think they're going to have to do some work on Winston. I'm not saying that he's not playable, but everyone's playing the Junker Queen right now. She has a shotgun. You mix Junker Queen with a Reaper, and Winston's just, he's gone. He just can't do enough damage. I feel like they need to increase his new secondary fire can shoot long range. I think they need to increase the charge speed of that. It seems like it takes forever to charge up and let go, and it doesn't do enough damage for the payout. But they increased his barrier projector, or sorry, they reduced it from 800 to 700, so even less barrier. His ultimate cost is increased by 10, so they, for some reason, I'm not sure why, with the release of Junker Queen, they nerfed Winston. I think he needs a buff, but we're just going to have to wait and see in the future. I played a little bit of D.Va, not in matches, just in deathmatch. Her mech armor increased from 200 to 300, mech health decreased from 450 to 350, so I mean, what are they? They swapped out 100 health for 100 armor. I mean, that's a buff, essentially, because armor takes less damage when being hit than health does. Alright, Doomfist. He is a fantastic tank. He is so much fun. They have not ruined Doomfist. He is, I think he's Junker Queen's counter. I really do. Seismic Slam no longer slows enemies. That's interesting. I did not know that. It still feels really good. I will say his Seismic Slam is very hard to land because it jumps a lot farther than it used to. But it's kind of like a new kit for Doomfist because you have Winston. He can't just do like a tiny jump. Doomfist used to be able to do that, so it feels wrong that he can't anymore, but you just have to play Doomfist differently now. That's just basically what you got to do. So his power block, this is where he basically sticks his arm up and he blocks all incoming damage, not all, but any to himself, and maybe it's like slightly around him. Damage reduction reduced from 90 to 80%. Okay, so it's not, he does not do 100%, it's 80%, which is great. You know, it would be kind of similar to Orissa's Javelin Spin, which also reduces, let me see, there's no change, or there's no change for it here, but it blocks all incoming damage. Yeah, so overall, just a little bit of a nerf for Doomfist, but I think he'll survive. Orisa. I played a lot of Orisa. She's way more fun than she used to be, like fantastically fun. I don't know if she's going to be complete meta. I felt like she could hold her own against Junker Queen, but there were some moments when it didn't feel like that. I feel like she is the most balanced player that I've played so far. But let's look at all of these changes. They've done a lot of stuff to her. I don't know what they're doing. Okay, Augmented Fusion Drive, which is just her main weapon. Damage increase from 10 to 12. Okay, so they gave her a buff. Projectile size no longer scales with distance. sounds like a nerf, like it gets bigger over time. I think that's what I saw in some videos for the first beta. Projectile initial size reduced from 0.3 to 0.1, so they made them small. Interesting. So a buff and a nerf at the same time. Critical damage bonus increased from 50 to 100%. That's cool. That's a buff. Damage fall off at maximum range reduced from 70% to 50%. Okay, so she can't shoot and do maximum damage from far away, which is okay. I mean, that's the way her gun should be. Maximum fall off range reduced from 15 to 35 meters to 15 to 25 meters. Yeah, I mean, they're changing a lot of stuff with Larissa, but she felt pretty good. 4 to 5, 20% of movement speed penalty removed. Yeah, I felt that. I did not feel a penalty, so she can just move around freely. Headshot immunity removed. Ooh, interesting. So you can use Fortify, but they can still headshot you. All right, so they're kind of switching Orisa all over the place. Javelin spin. Cooldown reduced from 10 to 7 seconds. That's great because I feel like I need the spin faster than 7 seconds. Speed boost reduced from 65 to 40%. All right, knockback increased. She is mixing up all over the place. Energy javelin. Impact damage reduced from 80 to 60. All right, straight nerf. Cooldown increased from 6.5 to 8 seconds. All right, they nerfed that energy javelin. It must have been pretty sick last beta. Terra Surge. Max damage increased from 275 to 500. Damage begins to ramp after the old 200 damage timing. All right, let's reread this. Max damage increased from 725 to 500. Okay. Damage begins to ramp after the old 200 damage timing. Wow, okay. That's a big increase for her ultimate. Cool. She can just do more damage. She is a mixed bag. Orisa is, you're just going to have to test her out and play her, but I thought she was really fun to play and she felt good. Bastion. I sucked with Bastion. His grenade got a cooldown from 10 seconds to 8 seconds. That's good. He needs that. I think he needs a bigger hitbox. His gun shoots a lot slower now, and I'm horrible at aiming because I used to play on the PlayStation. Now I'm switching over to PC. But Bastion felt fresh. He felt new. I really like his ultimate. His kit's really cool. It's weird to not be able to heal yourself. I keep going to heal myself as Bastion, but it's just not going to happen. He doesn't have that anymore. And I feel like a lot of people have played previous Overwatch kind of, if they're healing, they kind of forget about that and they let Bastion be. So I think we're going to have a fresh mindset once we get a bunch of new people in the game and get used to the way things are. But overall, Bastion seemed decent. Cassidy. Combat roll now grants 50% damage reduction for its 0.4 second duration. Wow, so when you roll, you get 50% damage reduction. That's really awesome. I think that's a good buff for him. His new grenade that you throw and it sticks on people is great. He feels fantastic. You can do a little bit of damage with that grenade and then you hit someone once or twice and you can knock them down. I mean, damage characters, obviously. The tanks are crazy, and it's hard to hit Junker Queen. She's just a skinny tank. Like, they beefed her up, and you can tell her character model is bigger, but she's beefy. All right, Junkrat. Steel Trap. Fully locks movement again. I didn't know it didn't fully lock movement again, or before. Projectile speed increased from 10 to 15. Okay, so buffs. Frag Launcher. Projectile size increased from 0.2 to 0.25. All right. They increased the size of his bullets. All right, yeah. Frag Launcher. Projectile size increased from 0.2 to 0.25. I feel like that's a big increase. 0.2 to 0.25, I'm not sure if that's big or not. Maybe that's... Yeah, I don't know. I have to test it out. We'll look into that later. All right, Pharah. I haven't played Pharah yet, or Junkrat. Rocket Launcher. Reload starts 0.25 seconds sooner when out of ammo. Woo! When out of ammo. That's great. Concussive Blast now deals 30 damage and deals additional knockback on direct hits. Cool. They buff Pharah. She needs it. She's very vulnerable. Wow. That's a lot for Symmetra. Seems like they're messing around with her just like Orisa. Let's take a look. Phantom Projector Primary Fire. Maximum ammo increased from 70 to 100. That's good. No longer generates ammo when damaging barriers. I did not know that she generated ammo. That's cool. That would have been cool, but I feel like it would have been broken. That's why they're changing it. Photon Projector Secondary Fire. Projectile speed increased from 25 to 50. That's much faster. That's awesome. And we talked a little bit about possibly a Symmetra slight rework. Maybe that's what this is. Max damage reduced from 120 to 90. 45 impact, 45 explosion. Okay. Nice 45 down the middle for both things. Max charge projectile size reduced from 0.5 to 0.4. All right, a little bit of a nerf. Ammo cost increase from 7 to 10. Nerf. Charge time increase from 1 to 1.2 seconds. Seems like they're just really balancing her out. Teleporter build time reduced from 2 to 1 second. Cool. Now has a maximum lifetime of 10 seconds. Wow, okay. Teleporter can only be up for 10 seconds? That's crazy. Man, that changes everything with her. Cooldown increase from 10 to 16 seconds. Wow. Man, they're really nerfing her teleporter. Cooldown starts when teleporter is placed. Oh, okay, that's not so bad. So, essentially, if it's up for the full 10 seconds, you gotta wait just another 6. Or actually, no. I mean, yes. Yeah, that's how that works. Okay, so cooldown starts when teleporter is placed. Yeah. Health reduced from 300 to 250 health, 150 shields. All right, straight nerf to the teleporter. Sentry turrets. Travel speed increased from 15 to 20. All right, so a little faster. Movement speed reduction on targets reduced from 20% per turret to 15 per turret. Cool. That means you're not going to be slowed down as much. Torbjorn. Rivet gun primary fire. Fire recovery reduced from 0.6 to 0.55 seconds. Gotcha. So, okay, a little quicker. Rivet gun secondary fire. Fire recovery reduced from 0.8 to 0.7 seconds. Gotcha. So a little bit of a buff to him. Zenyatta, Orb of Discord. Time to fall off target when not in line of sight reduced from 3 to 2 seconds. All right, a little bit of a nerf to him. That means if you look away, the Orb of Discord just is going to go away faster. So, all right, we're down to the last one, guys, here. So, Mercy, Guardian Angel, no longer can be canceled using crouch for a big vertical boost. That's a straight nerf for her. Now automatically launches you upwards if you reach the end of Guardian Angel. I have noticed this. So, if you fly to someone and you just don't do anything else, you just fly to them, you basically fly straight up into the air at the last part like a big wing flap boost. And then you can kind of glide down and do what you need to do. It's really cool. Good change for Angelic Descent. Angelic Descent will now additionally slow ascent speed if held, not just descent speed. So it took me a second to realize what this meant, but it explains it down here. This means you can dampen vertical knockbacks such as Junkrat's concussive mine, but also reduce the amount of height that that the GA vert boost gives you. So essentially, let's just say that Junkrat mine shoots you back. If you have your hover engaged, or not your hover, but your slow descent engaged, you will slow descent away from the explosion. So if you get knocked straight back, you can hold that in and you won't get blown back as far. For a bunch of different things, not just obviously Junkrat's Junkrat's mine, but anything that knocks you back, you can do that for, which is cool. There's a bunch of bug fixes here. We're not going to go over all of them. And that is the patch notes for Overwatch. Overwatch 2's beta. Sorry, this is it's a lot of talking, a lot of patch notes, but I wanted to go over them with you guys because we really needed to see what kind of hero changes there were, and there were a lot of them this time around. So there's one last thing that I wanted to talk about before I end this video, and it's kind of like how to get into the beta. There was some confusion. I hope that there's not confusion now. If you buy the Watchpoint pack, you get instant access. You can play the entire time. If you do not buy the Watchpoint pack and you sign up and you get selected, you will not be able to automatically enter. There's going to be a specific days and specific times that you are slotted to play. If you want to play the beta, I suggest just getting the Watchpoint pack. If you're going to play Overwatch 2 and you're a big fan of it, just go ahead and shell out the $40, get in, try the beta, and mess around, because basically right now, it's not perfect, and we don't have the third support hero that they're going to release on October 4th with the launch of Overwatch 2 yet, but everything else, we have all the characters that are going to be here, and it's basically like we're playing Overwatch 2 competitive light for 2 weeks at the moment. It's a really good inside look to what Overwatch 2 is going to be like. And on top of that, you know, 2 weeks isn't a long time. A lot of people that play this game are going to be sad that we have to go back to Overwatch 1. I hope that there is another beta. I hope that we can maybe do a beta when they have that third character. I don't know if they're going to save it for launch. But yeah, guys, there's a lot of stuff going on in Overwatch 2. I am making videos and playing this game for days straight. This channel is going to become an Overwatch 2 slash Overwatch 1, however they're going to mix them together, you know. Complete channel for information, for gameplay, for crazy videos. We're just getting started. Please, if you like this video, like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you can be notified for all my future videos. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you later. Flash out.